Okay, IM2 students and current IM3 students, let's learn how to graph quadratics intercept form. So as you notice on this problem here, guys, I'm going to start by setting up my table. And I notice right in there, -4 makes it 0, right? Let me make it a little bit neater there. So -4 makes it 0. And of course, in there, -1 makes it 0. -1 makes it 0. So, I'm going to count in my table from -4 to -1. Now notice, guys, I have an even amount of values. So this one actually has a little surprise to it that we talked about last week. The problem is when we have an even number, that means we're missing the intercept, okay? And if we think about it carefully, my intercept, the middle, should be right in there. So what number is between -2 and -3? Well, that's -2.5, right? So actually, guys, I'm going to rewrite my table here and put in that -2.5. So here I'm going to start with -4, -3, -2.5, -2, -1. Now I have my 5 points. That's my personal rule. Always have at least 5 points, right? And once I complete the table, I can graph it. Well, of course, let's go ahead and call upon our trusty calculator. So check this out. So as you can see right here, guys, I plugged in -4. Notice how I typed it exactly like the function, and I got a 0. Then I plugged in -3, and I got a 2. Then I plugged in my vertex, -2.5, and got 2.25. Notice I did remember to put the negatives out front as well. Hopefully you guys noticed that. In other words, I typed in exactly like in my calculator or on my paper, right? That's the exact function. Okay, so 0, 2, 2.5, we're almost ready to graph. So we now know that -4 was again, oh my God, I'm sorry guys, what was it? 0, 2, 2.5, okay. So 0 there, by symmetry I know that's 0. We got a 2 there, therefore I know that's 2. Finally, we got a 2.25. Now we're ready to graph. Let's get started here. -4, 0. -3, 2. We got a -2.5. That would be right in the middle right there, guys, right? 2 points. So I'm going to be barely above the 2. I'm actually a little bit too high there. Hopefully you agree with that. -2, 2 is right there. And -1, 0 is right there. Let me clean up my mark in the middle. But as you can see, guys, here will basically be my graph with the vertex right there of -2.5, 2.25. So guys, remember, sometimes we have to find that middle number vertex. That's the only trick to intercept form. Okay? Another clever way, by the way, to do it, check this out, is couldn't I have done -4 plus -1 divided by 2? What I'm doing here is I'm averaging my two intercepts, right? My two zeros. This is how Mr. Kahn shows it. And -5 over 2, of course, is -2.5. Okay? So pause the video if you need to. But averaging the two intercepts may be another clever way to find the middle point. Let's do one more a little quicker, okay, guys? Here we go. Notice this one, guys. We have an x by itself right there. And this kind of confuses some of you, but just remember, when x is by itself, that means 0 makes it 0. And of course, we have in there a 2 minus 2 makes it 0. So when I set up my table, I'm going to count from 0 to 2, and notice I only have 3 numbers. Let's add a value on top and a value on the bottom. Okay, and I have my table a little backwards for what I want, guys. I'm actually going to plug in 3, 2, and 1 because it's easier to plug in all positive numbers. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to use exactly the same equation there on my calculator. So check this out. As you can see here, guys, I have 2 times the x minus 2. That again was my equation, correct? 2x, x minus 2. And when I plugged in the 3, I got 6. When I plugged in the 2, I got 0. When I plugged in the 1, I got negative 2. So, here we go. When I plugged in the 0 or negative 1 or 3, I got 0, correct? Or sorry, 6. I'm a little tired, guys. Alright, 6. Just want to make sure I'm doing it right. When I plugged in the 2, I got 0. When I plugged in the 1, I got negative 2. By symmetry, 0 was 0. And of course, negative 1 goes with the 6, right? So don't forget your symmetry. And now it's just a matter of graphing our points. Negative 1, 6. 0, 0. 1, negative 2. 2, 0. And 3, 6. And as you can see, here is basically my parabola with the vertex at 1, negative 2. And notice, guys, the vertex had to be 1. Follow the green because, or blue, because my intercepts were 0 and 2, right? And 1, of course, is right in the middle between 0 and 2. So, guys, remember, when you have the intercepts, by finding the middle between them, you get the vertex every single time. Okay, so hopefully you understand. You watch this video, hopefully again, study it, make notes out of it. Quiz coming up in a few days, I am too. So please make sure you're getting ready. Okay, next time, bye.